Emotional maturity can be defined as the capacity to effectively handle one's emotions, to deal with conflict in ways that are healthy for oneself and others, and to make decisions that are well thought out and lead to favorable outcomes. It's a talent you ought to hone once you've established yourself as an adult. There are, on the other hand, a number of red flags that can be raised to indicate that an individual is deficient in this area. Because of this, it is essential to have a solid understanding of the concept of emotional immaturity in order to be able to recognize it is not only in yourself, but also in others. The following is a list of warning signs that you should possibly keep an eye out for. The first problem is a deficiency in both emotional awareness and connection. A person who is emotionally immature has difficulty connecting with their feelings and emotions. It's possible that they don't have a good grasp on what their feelings actually mean or how to effectively manage them. They might also have trouble verbally expressing what is going on inside their heads. A person who is emotionally immature may give off the impression that they are irritable, gloomy, or angry for no apparent reason. It's possible that they don't understand why they are reacting in this manner, and as a result, they are unable to provide an explanation. Because of this, they are unable to establish a connection with their own feelings. They are also unable to recognize the feelings of other people. Because of this, it is challenging for them to demonstrate empathy in general. The second most common sign is an inability to manage conflict. People who are emotionally immature are frequently unable to handle the stress of being in a conflict. They are not equipped with the skills necessary to effectively manage stressful situations and challenging circumstances. It's also possible that they have trouble engaging in self-reflection and having the ability to analyze things in an objective manner. When things get difficult for an emotionally immature person, they will likely either shut down entirely or lash out at others in an effort to avoid being vulnerable in any way. One of these two responses is likely to occur. Coming in at number 3 is an inclination to be easily offended or hurt. People who are emotionally immature have a low threshold for offense, and it doesn't take much to set them off. A harsh word, a perceived slight, or even criticism can set them off, and their response can be anger, insecurity, or defensiveness. They might even believe that other people are intentionally trying to harm them, even if that wasn't the case when the behavior was observed. This is due to the fact that the individual centers everything around themselves and how they are feeling. They are unable to detach their feelings from the events that are occurring in the world around them. Fourth sign is concerns regarding commitment. This is a very common indicator of an emotionally immature person. It is much easier to keep things at arm's length than it is to deal with the uncertainty and vulnerability that comes with committing wholeheartedly. Commitment is scary because it means letting go of control, and it is much easier to keep things at arm's length than it is to deal with those things. In general, an emotionally immature person has difficulty committing to things, including other people, and this is true even when it comes to romantic relationships. They may have no problem being in a committed partnership or even getting married, but they anticipate that their partner will shoulder all of the responsibilities of the relationship. It's almost as if they want the other person to take care of everything for them so that they don't have to put any effort into the situation. Number 5. Being motivated by one's own ego. People who lack emotional maturity often make decisions based on their egos rather than feelings in their hearts. They are driven by their own self-interest and the personal gain they stand to achieve, and they have a difficult time looking further than themselves. People who are emotionally immature have a propensity to look for validation from others in order to boost their sense of self-worth, and they frequently feel the need to be the center of attention. In most cases, this manifests itself as the individual having a constant need for praise and reassurance from others. However, it can also mean that the individual becomes jealous or envious when other people achieve success. The sixth spot on this list belongs to impulsive behavior. Impulsive behavior is another sign of emotional immaturity that can be spotted with a little bit of observation. Impulsivity is a way of thinking and behaving that is characterized by a lack of forethought and consideration of the consequences of one's actions. This lack of forethought and consideration can be seen in both speech and behavior. Therefore, the individual will take action without giving any thought to what might occur as a result of their choice, rather than weighing the benefits of the potential outcome against its potential drawbacks before making a decision. This can result in behavior that is considered to be socially unacceptable and makes it difficult to form and maintain relationships that are both healthy and long-term. The seventh place goes to those who refuse to take responsibility for their actions. People who are emotionally immature have a propensity to point the finger of blame at others for their problems and misfortune. They are unable to sidestep taking responsibility for the results of their own actions by acting in this manner, which allows them to do so. If something goes wrong, it is never due to anything that they did or did not do, so there is no way that they could be held responsible. They are never the ones who did anything wrong and are always the ones who are wronged by others or by unfortunate circumstances. Because of this, they have difficulty apologizing because they don't believe they could ever have done anything wrong in the first place. They have a tendency to be complainers who feel sorry for themselves, in addition to denying that they made mistakes and refusing to accept responsibility for those mistakes. This kind of self-pitying attitude makes it more difficult for people to get along well with other people because no one wants to be around someone who is constantly complaining about how terrible everyone and everything is. Number 8. Selfishness. Adults who are emotionally immature are, for the most part, like children, in that they are preoccupied primarily with themselves and their requirements. They are typically self-centered, putting their own requirements and desires ahead of those of everyone else. People who lack emotional maturity are aware of the fact that relationships involve give and take from both parties. They believe that love should be contingent on one's actions towards another person, rather than the other way around. They not only have the attitude that other people should do things for them, but they also believe that they have the right to have things done for them without having to put in any effort themselves. Number 9. Holding grudges. Individuals who lack the capacity for emotional maturity are unable to let go of their grudges and forgive those who have wronged them. They have a hard time letting go of things despite the fact that it is clear that those things aren't as important as they once were. They wallow in self-pity whenever something unfortunate occurs, and they cling to negative emotions about things that happened in the past in order to provide a rationale for their hostility towards other people. An emotionally immature person has difficulty understanding that there is no need for revenge because it only makes things worse for everyone involved and creates more problems than it solves. There is no point in taking revenge because it only makes things worse for everyone involved. And finally, a propensity for being a bully and for spreading rumors. Turning the situation around and making it about the other person is sometimes the only way for an emotionally immature person to deal with someone who is challenging their opinion or preventing them from getting what they want. This is because emotionally immature people tend to view the world through the lens of their own needs and desires. As a result, they might resort to bullying, calling people derogatory names, and spreading rumors. Emotional immaturity is a significant problem that is experienced by a large number of individuals. In fact, it is one of the most typical causes for people to experience feelings of exasperation within the context of their romantic partnerships. It can be difficult to spot, but the more you know about it and how it manifests itself, the better equipped you will be when dealing with a person who is like this. If you want to improve as a person, one thing you can do is work on developing your emotional maturity. This will make you better able to deal with situations that are stressful. In addition to this, it will help improve the quality of your relationships in general. So, do you think you're emotionally mature? Which items on this list speak to you? Tell us in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and tell your friends about it so we can keep making them. To be notified when we upload a new video, click the notification bell and turn on all notifications. And remember to press the subscribe button for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.